Hello, and welcome to my humble abode with in the background as always, not as always, but at least this week. And again, to do this case and to share my thoughts on what happened here in a very manner in regards to Whodunnit Spooked and what I think and believe strongly what happened to Chris and Max. They shall rest in peace indeed in the game, universe-wise. But here's what I think happened in regards to what happened to them. Let's go in chronological order. First, Sunday we had the Scared Spirit event where we had 4 house guests being scared. This being a special, again, this being a Halloween event, things are going to be fast and furious. 2 people being eliminated each and every week. And with 4 house guests scared, the 2 that were killed off were Max and Chris. But before that even happened, we had the spirit scared on that Sunday, September 29, 2019. Then on Monday the 30th was supposed to be a fun carnival event for everybody. Things being set up, this and that, and that and this. And in the end, no fun to be had. Just like we were supposed to have a opening party bash, Halloween style, almost like my freshman year Halloween dance in high school event to get to know each other and hang out. But that didn't happen because the killer killed a security guard. So we're not able to have our fun at all, let alone in general. But when Max and Chris were going back to their rooms to chillax after finding out that they're scared, maybe to pace around, to whatever, or maybe even the next day, on the Monday, the 30th, they're heading to their rooms, and they notice their doors are locked. And then they notice a note on their door that reads, and I quote, "Turn that frown upside down. Just because the Halloween party didn't happen doesn't mean that we can't have a blast. Head outside and join the fun." So, they see the note, turn around, go outside, and what they see outside is what was all ready for everybody, a carnival tent. Mentioned the ambiguous crime scene, but still, a carnival tent, a red and white striped carnival tent. And from there, they play the ring toss game. 3 rings, 15 glass bottles. We have a high striker that has an antenna, and a balloon pop, darts hitting balloons. And we have all those games there ready to be played. And for them, they're just playing around, having some fun, doing this and doing that. All of a sudden, the killer comes in. But even beforehand, the killer rigs the high striker to have a small detonated bomb. In regards to also the electricity with the antenna, and here's a did you know fact, touching a live transmitting antenna could impact serious RF burns if the power level was high enough. Electric shock, obtained by putting a finger into a live socket, like, that's cool. Well, that is what's with the nose, the clown nose, that was found in the riddle information. I'll get more into that in a second, specifically what that was. But you have that all going on. You have Chris playing the high striker with the mallet, hitting the mallet on the high striker, detonating the bomb. Also, with the electrical contraption from the nose piece, killer, and you get those burns because of holding it on. So, like touching, because playing around with them, making it a game, teasing them, having them touch the clown nose. You know, that he's just coming in as a clown. They didn't think he's the killer. So they're playing around, having fun, touching the clown nose, and just quick shock for one, bigger shock for the other because the killer holds his arm to it. And then forces Chris Mallet to hit the high striker. Boom. There he goes off, more so. Which then debris and why there's all the perforations, fractures, and lacerations all over both of their bodies in that regard. And as we found out in regards to the real challenge of running away, Fox, our Fun Run 3, Max was trying to run away from the situation. Remember, you're in the tent. You're trying to get out of the tent. You're trying to get back into the house. He's trying to. But again, the killer already pre-planned all of this, obviously. Whether it's a pulley system from a detonated thing in regards to the antenna, turning it on, making it live. High-rise then, in regards to electrical shock in regards to the nose. Either way, that's what gets him. And then with Max trying to run away, darts to the forehead, and him going to the skull. And the killer put in one also in Chris as well, as they both have that. And then paint them up to be like clowns, TV clowns, because that was just part of the plan. They come here, dress up, they're all their fellow clowns. No, not about touching nose. They are the clowns. They're wearing the full makeup. They're touching their own nose and realizing, oh, they're standing, and getting the burn on the arm. The reason why one person, Max, has less burns than the second person is because of him running away. Than being in full clown makeup, because as I see here in regards to going to the crime scene, we see a red and white striped carnival tent, yellow glow. We see the balloon pop, high striker, and ring toss. Balloon pop, we have 5. You find darts, balloons that are popped, and some balloons that aren't popped. At the top of the high striker is an antenna. There's a mallet next to the high striker itself. At the ring toss, you find 3 rings and 15 glass bottles. The bottles are arranged in a triangle. 1 ring has been thrown on one of the bottles. So 4, and then 1 extra ring, being accounted for. It can also be used in regards to propelling a dart, like a bow and arrow. And like I said, in regards to the morgue, perforations, fractures, and lacerations all over their bodies. As it says here, guest 1, but guest 1, I've come to realize, is Chris. Chris's arms, which is in heavy burning. Guest 2, Max, has a few burns, but not as many because he's trying to run away. On their faces, you see in the makeup, the clown makeup, white face paint, red paint outlining the lips, and a yellow dot in the cheeks. Also to include both of their foreheads, with the dart impaled deep in their skulls. So I think they just meant to say they both had that. And then with the riddle information added on, the riddle information was as such: you're at the Sprout Tower of Edbury Manor, so you're going up the tower of Edbury Manor, highest room, because at the end, that's where the killer goes to stash away this piece of item being what we find, and he wraps it in paper on the stone ground, and what that is the red clown nose that he has them wear, and maybe he wears himself, that has the electric mechanism inside, like a static, like one of those other prop games, the electric shock kind of games. And you notice writing on the paper that says, Chris wasn't strong enough. High striker. And Max tried to dart away. Run away. Whoop, dart. But funny for them, I killed them both anyways. So for both of them, their demise, the same, somewhat different. With the bomb going off, with the electrical currents going through their body, with everything happened to them, there's a lot of things that happened to them. But what ultimately killed Chris was electric current and being electrocuted, heart-stopping. And for Max, was the darts in the head. So that'll hurt. If not for both of them, the dart in the head. Either way, they're done. And either way, it'd be unfortunate of how everything seems to be. Because it seems to be that this killer's not playing around. Though you wouldn't think that'd be the case anyways. It's gotta be on your A game. We are, and I know I am. I know I am. Indeed. The remote detonator, whether a whole police system, or just in general, mallets would. But the killer planned it all. By the antenna, they're rearranging the ring toss game as it was, setting up the tent the night before, getting everything ready and set to go. Makeup, clown nose. Right, clown nose, clown noses. Because one, if it's a single clown nose, one person was wearing it. The killer himself, or one of the players, or the house guest. Either way, sing, sing, sing. And you have that along with, in regards to the antennas I was speaking about before, science. I like science as much as I like math. Maybe a little less, but still, it's all woven in together. Did you know most antennas have a standard wave along the length and therefore effective in impedance transformation of energy? Now I could show you all the math stuff that I have here, but we don't need to go that deep. It's not going to get me extra points in this case, nor is it needing to prove of my case. But P equals B squared divided by R greater than, which then equals V RMS, which then equals the square root of P times R, perimeter radius. Voltage as well. But if the antenna is loaded with a coil, the impedance will be transferred upon an even higher value. This is how the Tesla coil works, specifically there. Resulting in an effect may be quite dramatic of what wanted at an 80 millimeter in short W4JRW dual brand. So all that may not make total sense. It didn't even make total sense to me. The math does, but that part might not. That might be a little higher above my pay grade. But the point is, the antenna, and with Chris, the high striker not being strong enough, or him not being strong enough to get to save him, in a sense. Click, click, boom. It was time to play the game. We Googled Triple H the game. But it wasn't time to play the game for them. And the killer is the game. He wants to play it. And it's all about control. And if you can take it, well, game over for Chris, game over for Max. I would say they played a well game, but barely saw them in talking too much in general. But that is what I believed happened to them and a series of events that led to their own downfalls. Now, as to who I think the killer is, this one's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be an interesting one indeed. But who I think the killer to be I say that, I think it's so much of the case, I have to think about who I think the killer is. Oh, and by the way, that witch's brew is going to be used so nicely here soon. Anyways, I say that the killer is Becky. I know I said Billy last week, but I'm saying Becky this week. It might change again, it might stay the same. I'm not sure. But that's the fun of it, isn't it? Either way, Becky, I'm coming for you. I hope to be the one, the last person standing. And I'll mask you as the killer. And just to share in regards to the last parts of the story, the killer goes, stashes away the clown nose up in the highest room of Aberry Manor, the aspiring tower at the top, the highest room, putting it there, wrapping it, running back down, and waking up with the rest of us to find the horror of Chris and Max being dead, and we can't even have this party, this event, just like we couldn't have for week 1. Can we have any fun? I mean, I know things are going to happen, but can we have a party for at least a couple minutes? But either way, but beyond that, Becky, I believe you are the killer. I only have one thing left to say to you. Run.